YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Vic coming back at y'all with another video. Today we getting this beast tuned on MHD Plus. Currently the tune had already been done. Everything was good and it was ready to go, but the tuner said it was time to just get tuned on MHD Plus because the benefits are just way better in terms of like safety and reliability. So he was like, the car's running good, right? Let's just get it tuned on MHD Plus. There's a lot of like safeties when it comes to like PI and stuff like that, and there's a lot more control. So he was like, if you want the car more consistent, like let's just get it tuned and we can get that going pretty quick. So that's what we're doing here today. Before I go any further, I do want to say that the car was having some issues with timing corrections and stuff like that, right? So the tune had already been complete. I just couldn't get the car to run right, and then the tuner was like, hey, just check your spark plugs, make sure they're okay. And then so what turned out was my gap was way too big. I was running OEM gap on the Champion plugs, which are I think like 0 or 0.0 like 30. And he was like, yeah, that's just way too big for your power level. Just gap them down to about like 0.024. And so that's what we did. And we got new plugs and the car started running nice. It started running perfect. And so since we got it there, he was just like, just get it to MHD Plus. And that's what we're doing today. So let's get to it. As you can see, he already sent over the files. I already downloaded them. So we're gonna get right into this video and see what the difference is, man. See what type of information the tuner can see that he couldn't before. So I'm kind of just excited to get the car running. Alrighty, so the tuner wants me to update the firmware first, and then after we get that going on Tuner Pro, we'll cycle the ignition, and then we'll add to Tuner Pro the full control map for the MHD Plus. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll update the MHD side. And hopefully this is the last time we have to mess with Tuner Pro, because this is what MHD Plus is kind of you flash the Tuner Pro one last time, and then it gives the DME and MHD like full control, so you don't have to keep getting your laptop out and flashing individual maps on the Reflex. So it just makes it a lot better as well. So any other revision, it'll just come straight through MHD and we won't have to deal with this process again. So that's another upside of this, because I did plan on going higher horsepower and a lot more mods. So I was gonna have to keep doing this over and over again with each revision. So MHD Plus for the win. It's gonna be a lot easier, a lot simpler. So that's where we're going. Alrighty, so we put the car in the on position, and then we put the seatbelt so it doesn't turn off. Now that we have the Reflex connected to the laptop with the correct wire, gotta follow the sequence to make sure it connects. Let's do the little plug emoji, and then we'll do the required data, the 2 arrows. And on the bottom, it should say connected. There you go, connected. So now as you can see, the battery voltage is moving and everything else should be connected. So now what we want to do is open up the file we downloaded with our bin. So click that file, drag it down to, here we go. Having issues and not being able to drag the new firmware into Tuner Pro. That was my issue. I was dragging it into Tuner Pro, and you actually have to use the bootloader. So you got to make sure the car is set up with the bootloader and it's connected. And then once it's connected, you just press the file button, and then you upload the new firmware. And as you can see right here, I have both of them in there now, so the firmware should be updated. And then now we just drag the actual all control bin into Tuner Pro. Now that the firmware has been updated, I'm gonna cycle the ignition because that's what the tuner recommended. So I just go ahead and shut off the car completely off, disconnected the actual Reflex box. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds just for the car to kind of shut off completely. I know it takes forever. I don't even know if it fully shuts off, but that's kind of what you do. You cycle the ignition, and then after that, I'm gonna actually upload the bin file to the Tuner Pro, and then we'll go from there. Now that we updated the firmware, you could tell, or you can confirm by the bottom part here. It says Hardware Reflex Plus V7.0. So that's how you know, because before it said 6 point something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, that's how you can confirm. And then from there, we'll just drag the new bin file in here. Go ahead and do that now. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we'll get the new V7.00 Reflex MHD Plus Gen 1 full control bin. Drag it in here. Okay, and then you could kind of confirm it by the top up here. And we'll hit the upload arrow. Upload success. That should be good. Now I'm gonna cycle the car again, and then we're gonna do the MHD Plus on the MHD side on the phone. Alrighty, so I got the map downloaded on my MHD. The car's connected, I believe. Let me go ahead and check. Yeah, it's connected. I'm gonna go ahead and flash it now. Let's see, connected DME. Check my options really fast. Success, wait 30 seconds. Alrighty, so we have the firmware updated. We have the bin file uploaded to Tuner Pro, and now we just finished the MHD side of things. So what's next is to just turn on the car, connect Tuner Pro, and then connect my dials or gauges here, and just make sure the car is running okay. This is basically the first map, so it's kind of like a base map, right? So I don't expect the car to run 100%, but we shouldn't have any issues, no hiccups, fingers crossed, praying, right? So alrighty, so here goes first startup with MHD Plus. Okay, car turned off. Try to log that for the tuner. See what happens when I turn it on again. Dies right away. Okay, let the tuner know. So I did message the tuner, and I sent him a quick log of the startup and it shutting off. I also, send him a little screenshot of the codes that I got from MHD. So we're just waiting for his reply. We'll see what he says, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Alrighty, so I cleared the codes and the car started up just fine. I sent all that to the tuner. Everything looks good on MHD side right now, nothing unusual. I'm checking Tuner Pro right now, but the car's idling fine, so we shall see. I'll be sending a log to the tuner. He said a very slight log, so from 2,500 to about 5,000 RPMs. He doesn't want me to redline it yet because it's a full scaling for fueling, so he's gonna take it easy on the first pass, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna go do a log really fast just to get out the way. The sooner the better, because the tuner does not like to work on weekends, and it's Thursday currently. So yeah, I'm trying to get that that revision in before the weekend at least. Like, I'm probably not gonna be outside in Mexico this weekend, but you know, it's always good to do it when I can. You know, the sooner the better. So yeah, I'm trying to get that revision before the weekend. My tuner's quick, bro. I really appreciate him. Like, he's always replying really fast. Even on weekends he replies, but it's not guaranteed, you know. But he's a good guy. He's cool. Appreciate that guy for real. Alrighty, so I was gonna take the freeway, but before I do the log, I like to make sure the car is like up to operating temp and like everything is like smooth and stuff like that, right? So I didn't want to get on the freeway right away. Specifically where I go do my logs, it's pretty close, so I don't like to get on the freeway and get there really fast and have the car not warm up, the trans, the temp, the oil, the coolant, all that, you know. So I'm just taking the streets right now, some smooth, some chill, let everything warm up, once this tune is done, the car's gonna hopefully be a lot safer to drive, right? That's always good. Have safety, reliability, especially when you're pushing the car, right? You like to have that, or know at least that your injectors, like if something goes off and the car senses that, instantly cut. Limp mode, instantly. You don't want to have the issue where you're like flooring it mid-pull race or whatever, and then like one of the injectors takes a dump or something happens and the car doesn't catch it, and next thing you know, you're on the side of the road, right? So the more safety, the better. And specifically with MHD Plus, it's super OEM. Like, it has such an OEM feel with all the features and stuff like that. So hey man, I'm just excited, especially with this map that he's giving me. Like, we want to see if we can like turn it up just a little bit. I don't want to get too excited and turn it up more than I want to, because you know that's what happens to everybody, bro. People get carried away before they get to the point where they need to be, right? They get carried away and boom, blown trans or something else. So I'm taking it slow. I know I can push the car a lot more, like a lot more, but slow and steady, and then we gonna get there once the car has everything it needs to support that, right? So that's my plan, that's my vision. I appreciate the folks that have, you know, been on this journey. I know there's somebody who commented a while ago, it was like, bro, I remember when you got this stock, and then somebody else was like, I remember when you were stage 291, and now it's like, you know, it's getting up there and it's scaling, right? It's scaling up. So I'm just excited to kind of get there. And you know, I'm not here for like the views or anything like that. It's just kind of documenting the whole process, right? Something you can kind of look back on. But yeah, man, it's exciting stuff. It's exciting stuff. Just around this corner here, let's start the long process. Get up to speed. That's just next level, boys. Sheesh, that shit was crazy. It be shooting flames, bro. It be shooting flames. Everybody already be telling me, bro, your car shoots flames when you shift, and y'all heard that. Especially with this exhaust. Oh Lord. Alrighty, so we're gonna pull into the gas station real quick, look at the log, see if it's good, and then send it to the tuner, and then we to the cribbo. How much boost did it hit? I thought it was a base map, sir. 26? Lord. It's not bad. Guess we'll see. 27? It hit 27 at one point. Alright, this is a base map, so we'll see. We'll see where we leave it at. The log looks good though, so. Alright, boys. That's probably gonna do it for this video. Appreciate y'all.